Well, that was interesting. Apple just got crushed. Twitter got crushed. NASDAQ is on its heels. Yet crude oil goes bid. Something is very weird going on here, and I don't think the Fed's going to like it. Okay, first, let's start with Apple. I'll show you what's going on there. So here's the pattern that we've been tracking for some time. I think it's an Elliott triangle, okay? So it's a 5-wave consolidation move. It's a triangle. It's a, you guys have seen it a million times, but Eliott goes to the next degree and shows you like where it should start and stop. So 5 waves, counted letters. Ready? A, B, C, D. We were ready for this resistance between 111 and 112. We've now gotten the push lower. There's a bunch of fib support between 98 and 92 in Apple. Going into the trade today, we had a couple different positions on. We have an iron condor going on. We have a 98, 97, 106, 107 iron condor. Obviously, the 98, 97 is going to be possibly hurting tomorrow. I have it in that account, and I have it in this account. I also did buy the stock. I bought the stock after hours right around 96.5 bucks. So I'm going to hold this thing while we're above 92. Okay, so I'm going to hold the stock. Hopefully we just go sideways. I'm going to write a bunch of calls against it, see if I can hold it for a long period of time. So that's the trade in Apple. The other thing that scares the crap out of me, and it doesn't really scare me, I don't care, I like volatility, I think it should scare the crap out of the Fed, is this. So here's crude oil. Crude oil went bid on a data report showing that supply was cut, right? So that's up to 44 and change. So there's a huge dichotomy going on now. So in black is the crude oil market. We are in a very interesting position here in crude. We have potentially a breakout in crude oil going. This is what we Elliott Wave practitioners would call the third of a third, right? So we're looking at a third wave, and then inside of wave 3, they break down into 5 smaller waves. We're happen to be in a smaller third wave. That's where the biggest price gains are made. So I'm like, hold on. So we get technology crumbling. You've got crude oil going bid, possibly breaking out. That's huge. So the point that I am very focused on, okay, that will be the deciding factor. Let me do this ratio analysis, 3v2, and I'll explain this in 1 second. If we get above 1.618, I'm doing an external tracement of red 2 up in red 3 that's now off the screen, you can't see it. If we get above $46.62, it looks like this thing's in progress. So you've got technology falling and crude oil rallying. That puts the Fed in a big precarious position, which is basically stagflation. You've got tech selling off, you've got commodities rallying, giving them inflation, which is what they want to raise rates, but obviously they're going to lean back on the labor force not participating and expanding. That kind of leaves the Fed in a tough position, which brings volatility, which is really good for us. So that's kind of what I'm focused on. Again, if we get a failure below 46.60 in crude, okay, I think S&P rolls over. But here's this kind of divergence that I'm talking about. So the two have been trading fairly well together, S&P, NASDAQ, and crude oil. Crude oil continues to push higher, dragging the S&P higher because there's so much energy in the S&P. Look at the NASDAQ, though. The NASDAQ has begun to peel off as earnings have been pretty horrible in tech. And now NASDAQ futures are down 1.3%, 1% after hours now. So that divergence is going to continue to go. So altogether, guys, we have a huge divergence going on. If crude oil is going to break out and technology is falling, S&P is going to be kind of sideways, and I think the Fed is going to be in trouble. And that's going to bring more volatility. You're still here? I guess you liked the video. If you did, go ahead and click the thumbs up button or subscribe to this channel directly below, and you'll get the videos in real time. Or you're going to have 7 years of bad luck trading and you have to babysit Jake and Brody.